Hello guys, today is day 6 of the 30-day challenge where we are doing the prelims MCQs 2020. So this is a revision series and you will see a total of 300 MCQs out of our 6,300 MCQs which my students are studying. So this is based on November. We have already done all the previous months, June, July, August, September, October, and all these are part of Pack 11. If you want all the PDFs, you can come and enroll to this or whichever subject you want. Okay, NCERT, Spectrum, almost everything which is needed for this exam is covered by me. All MCQs are designed by me only, so you can expect the same quality which you see on screen, and thousands of MCQs are posted in the community tab also. So how much ever you want to practice for free, you can use that. If you want to study in a disciplined way and in a proper PDF, contact me in WhatsApp. You can check your score. Okay, 8, 9, 10 is excellent, 6, 7 is good, 3, 4, 5 means you have to revise more, your recalling power is very poor, and 1, 2 means you are studying from some unwanted source which will never help you clear UPSC, so please change your source. Okay. Now cities can be selected under UNESCO Creative Cities Network in categories like music, gastronomy, film, literature. 1 only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 4, 1, 2, 3 only. So all 4 are there. UNESCO has designated Mumbai as the member of this particular UNESCO Creative Cities in the field of film and Hyderabad in the field of gastronomy. Okay, so that is why it is in news, but this is not the first time that India cities are being in this thing. If you see my explanation, created in 2004, this is a network of cities which are thriving, active centers of cultural activities in their respective countries. The UNESCO Creative Cities network now counts a total of 246 cities. The member cities that are part of this network comes from all continents and regions with different income levels and populations. They work together towards a common mission, placing creativity and creative economy at the core of their urban development plans to make cities safe, resilient, inclusive, sustainable, in line with the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Ministry of Culture is the nodal ministry in India, and these are the 7 categories, out of which 4 I have put in the question. So craft and folk art, design, film, gastronomy, music, media arts, literature. Okay, you have to by heart this. 2015, 2 cities were there in India: Jaipur for craft and folk, and Varanasi for music. And in 2017 again Chennai got it for music, and now in 2019 Mumbai got for film and Hyderabad for gastronomy. So if you see, almost everything except for design and design, media art and literature, India has not got, but other fields India has got some cities. Okay, so Mumbai is called City of Dreams, Hyderabad is known for its cooking styles, and this Halim is a dish which was like a first meat dish to get geo tag, also geo indication, so that is why it becomes important. So see this explanation, this is how we give to students. So my students, at least please see to that you don't by heart the question and answer key alone. Read the explanation and be ready for mains and prelims together. Okay. Now this Dustlik 2019, okay, it is a military exercise between India and Uzbekistan. 2019 marks its very first edition. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Okay, this is the answer. So both 1 and 2. This is important because this is happening for the first time. India will conduct its first ever military exercise with Uzbekistan in a 10-day session, okay, in November, and for counter-terrorism in this mountainous region. And Uzbekistan is a very key country in Central Asia, so India is trying to reach there by various means, and this exercise will be a new beginning. So please see to it that you study all the exercise like this, especially the new ones like this which is happening for the first time, because UPSC will definitely ask, maybe only one they will ask, or maybe they'll put 3, 4 like this and ask a match the following. Okay, so please be ready for such questions. Chase 2, seen in news, is closely related to, okay, so which space agency, whether it is USA's NASA, Japan's JAXA, or Russia's Roscosmos, or India's ISRO? So it is ISRO. Chase 2, it is Chandra's Atmospheric Composition Explorer 2 payload in the Chandrayaan 2 orbiter is a neutral mass spectrometer. It detects constituents in the lunar neutral exosphere. It now detects argon-40 from the altitude of 100 km, capturing day and night variations. The gas in the lunar exosphere condenses during lunar night. The gas is being released after lunar dawn. Okay, so this UPSC have already asked like what all gases were present in the earth during its early times and what is there now. So if they want to trouble you, they can ask whether this gas is found near the moon's area, moon's atmosphere and all. Okay, then what is spectrometer, what is the specialty of argon? Okay, so these kind of things becomes important for you, not only this Chase 2. Okay, so Chandrayaan 2 detect argon-40 in the lunar exosphere. Argon 40 is one of the isotopes of argon, a noble gas. Argon is an important constituent of lunar exosphere. It originates from the radioactive disintegration of potassium 40 beneath the moon's surface. The gas is released during moonquakes. Okay, like earthquakes, there is moonquakes. Then potassium 40 is a radioactive isotope of potassium. It has long shelf life of this many years. It is a rare example of isotope that undergo beta decay. Potassium 40 is important for potassium argon dating. Like carbon dating and all, we have this thing. Then when a mineral that contains potassium 40 decays, it creates fresh argon 40 that remains locked up in the mineral. As the rate at which conversion occurs is known, it helps to determine the time since the material was formed based on the K40 and argon 40. K40 means potassium 40. Okay, so like carbon dating, you will know like how we will find how much old is a particular tree and all. Same like that, because this we know the time when potassium converts to argon, we can calculate the age of a particular thing. Okay, so potassium argon dating can be used for that. Shelf life not very important, but it's a radioactive thing, and argon is found in the surface of moon, and Chandrayaan 2 detected it. So spectrometer, what it is, go and find out. Now, which of the following reports were recently published by National Crime Record Bureau? So NCRB find out related body also. Then accidental suicide death in India, road accident in India, how vulnerable are children in India. Okay, so which reports were recently published by this NCRB? 1, 2, 3, 1, 3 only, 2, 3 only, 1 only. So it is 1 only. Accidental and suicidal death in India is by National Crime Record Bureau. Okay, so according to report, suicides are this much in 2015, this much in 2016. Okay, released in 36 states and union territories, 53 cities. Okay, then this one, road accident in India. Okay, it's a similar name. That's why I put everything together. So accidental and suicide death is by NCRB. Road accident is by Ministry of Road Transport. And this last one, Child Rights and You, that is one body which recently released the this thing, how vulnerable are children. Okay, so 3 different bodies, 3 different reports. We just put it together so that you can learn it in one MCQ itself. We could have made 3 MCQs, but we believe in giving more content in lesser MCQs. Okay, the National Crime Records Bureau, abbreviated to this thing, is an Indian government agency responsible for collecting and analyzing crime data as defined by the Indian Penal Code and special local laws. It is headquartered in Delhi, part of Home Affairs. So important thing here is it is under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay. National Crime Record Bureau, it gives the accidental and suicidal death in India report. Now, next one, Accelerator Lab was seen in news related to UNEP, UNDP, DRDO, ISRO. So it is UNDP, United Nations Development Program. It will be housed in the Delhi office. The vision behind setting up lab is to make faster progress in meeting ambitious the sustainable development goals by 2030. Accelerator Lab innovators will seek to bring in the energy together to come up with solutions for common problems facing the country. Issues that laboratory will seek to address through innovation includes air pollution, sustainable water management, client resilient livelihood. The Indian lab will be among 60 global ones that will find, test and try to scale up innovative solutions helpful in combating both climate change as well as social inequity. Okay, UNDP has launched the India chapter of its new initiative, Accelerator Lab in New Delhi. Okay, so that is the news and it's related to sustainable goals. Who is involved in preparation of India Corruption Survey 2019? Whether it is Central Board of Direct Taxes, Economics Intelligence Unit, Central Board of Indirect Taxes, or Transparency International India. So it is Transparency International India. The survey was carried out between October 2018 and November 2019 and was conducted by Local Circles, a social media firm, and Transparency International India. As per this report, Rajasthan and Bihar fared the worst in the country and admitting to paying bribes, and Telangana topped the list in South India. As compared to 2018, India's overall ranking in Corruption Perception Index, again by this one, Transparency International, has risen 3 places to 78 out of 180 countries. According to list, Kerala is one of the least corrupt states, where only 10% of people admitted to paying a bribe to get their work done, and all of them gave bribes several times, directly or indirectly. Besides Kerala, Goa, Gujarat, Odisha, West Bengal, Haryana, Delhi are the least corrupt states. Okay. Now, this Kulasekarapattanam in Tamil Nadu was recently seen in news for a new dash rocket launch pad, nuclear reactor site, maritime docking station, or a military museum. So it's a GK question. Unless you have studied, you cannot solve it. So it's a rocket launch pad. Union government is planning to set up a new rocket launch pad near this place. At present, the Indian Space Research Organization has two launch pads. One is at Satish Dhawan Space Center SDCC in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. The development comes on the backdrop of increasing launches from India for both domestic as well as international customers. You know, like many countries are depending on India. Always like a PSLV will be launching many things of USA, Spain, Russia, many things of small satellites. India does it very cheaply. So that is why we need more launching stations. That is why in Tamil Nadu one site has been identified. Now, which of the following are true about Sumatran rhino? It is critically endangered as per IUCN. It was initially present in India, but now it's extinct in India. It is currently present only in Indonesia. So it's very factual, but this is a very important animal which you will be finding in Shankarayya's textbook also. So you should know. 1 only, 1 3 only, 3 only, 1 2 3. So all three are true. It is critically endangered as per IUCN. It was there in India, but now doesn't have in India. India, we have only that one-horned rhino, which is vulnerable as per IUCN. Then it is currently present only in Indonesia. Actually, it was there in Indonesia and Malaysia, but the news item is that the last surviving thing in Malaysia died. Okay, in this Borneo sanctuary of cancer. So with this, Sumatra rhino has extinct in here also, Malaysia also. It was captured in 2014 from some valley. So this place you should know, Danum Valley is in Malaysia. Then Sumatran rhinos are the smallest of the 5 extinct rhino species in the world. The other rhino species include black rhino, white rhino, great one-horned rhino, which is in India, and Javan rhino. Okay, Javan, you know, it's again in Indonesia. Okay, black and white and all, I think it's not there now. Now, it is critically endangered as per IUCN. With the death of this, there are only 80 Sumatran rhinos left in the world. All the 80 are currently in Indonesia, in the Indonesian part of Borneo and Sumatra. Sumatra, you should know, UPSC have asked a map question about Sumatra Island. So, you should know where it is, how far it is from India. Then, poaching and loss of habitat are the main reasons behind their extinction. In India, the Sumatran rhinos occurred in parts of Nagaland, Assam, Manipur, Tripura, and Chittagong Hills. Okay. So it was there in the 19th century. However, the last one was killed in 1967. Okay, you know, right from the British days, many animals were killed: lions, tigers, rhinos, everything. The Britishers had it like a spotting event, so they killed all these animals, and that is why it is extinct in India. The Sumatran Rhino Rescue is an international project that intends to save the species. It is being implemented by World Wildlife Fund, National Geographic Society, Global Wildlife Conservation, International Rhino Foundation, and IUCN Commission. So all these bodies, at least two lines, go and do the Wikipedia and write it in one page. Okay, study it together so that you will know the difference between them. So this is the question. Next one, National Investigation Agency will host the first counter-terrorism exercise. Okay, CTTTX, counter-terrorism tabletop exercise. Okay, will exercise the nations of. Okay, so they are asking which are the countries involved in this thing. Okay. So whether it is the SCO members, which you know around 8 or 9 members are there, ASEAN which has 10 countries, Quad which has 4 countries, BIMSTEC which has again has I think 8 to 10 countries. Okay, so which are the group of countries which are going to do this? Okay, National Investigation Agency is doing it for the first time. So which is the group of countries? Okay, so here, if you are a student who don't know who are the members of these groupings, which are very small groupings with 8 to 10 countries, that means your preparation was very weak and you are not ready for UPSC. Okay, so don't feel bad on 2020 October 4 if you fail this exam, because this is expected to be known by as a beginner's thing. Okay, these are things which you study the first day itself. So if you don't know this, your preparation was completely wrong. Okay. So, and SEO is always expected, because UPSC never asks about SEO. We don't know why, but SEO is always in the news, and we are expecting a big mains question any year. Okay, 2021 it can come. So please prepare much. Here the answer is Quad, which is a very new one. India, USA, Japan, and Australia. Okay, because to counter China, they have made this so that in Pacific region you can deploy more ships and all, and then go against that counter South China Sea concept and all. So that is why this is important. So this happening quad countries. So see the history here. 2007 dialogue between four countries was initiated. 2017 this was revived, and 2019 first ministerial meeting happened. So even for mains you can use all these pointers. Then NIA, it is a state agency established by Indian government to combat terror in India. It acts as a central counter-terrorism law enforcement agency. The agency is empowered to deal with terror-related crimes across states without special permission from the states. The agency came into existence with the enactment of this Act 2008, Parliament of India on this thing, and headquartered in New Delhi. The NIA has branches everywhere. It maintains NIA most wanted list. Okay, so that's the specialty of National Investigation Agency. Now, conflict diamonds seen sometimes in the news refer to conflict between diamond miners in the African Union nations, low quality diamonds detected per crater ton of mined diamonds, diamonds exhibiting rare and unique chemical composition, diamonds used to finance an insurgency. So, what is the meaning of conflict diamonds? So this again are ABCD type questions which you, if you did not prepare, you cannot answer this. Okay, but it was in news and even movies are there based on this. So answer is to finance an insurgency. Okay, it's also called blood diamond, conflict diamond, war diamond, hot diamond, red diamond. Everything is same. Okay, which is in war zone to finance an insurgency, invading this any activity of war to funding that. It is used, and you should know this important process, Kimberley process certification, to be hosted by India between this date. The event is hosted by Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The meeting is held annually to make sure that the trade of diamonds is conflict free. India is also one of the founding members of this scheme. The scheme outlines the rules that governs the trade of diamonds. It is not an organization. There are no offices or headquarters for this. It cannot frame agreements. It simply relies on contributions of the participants, industry, government and all. So UPSC will purposely pick up this thing like telling like it is based here, it is headquartered here, or it is an organization, under the United Nations, or it frames agreements. Okay, nothing it can do. It can just have the funding and will give the guidelines of how the conflict can be avoided. So it has been agreed by the United Nations and this thing. Okay, it is like agreed upon, like this recognized body. World Diamond Council, it is an organization representing the entire diamond value chain, including representative from diamond mining, manufacturing, trade and retail. The council was established in July 2000 and mandated to put forth strategies to combat the use of diamond proceedings being used to benefit rebel forces engaged in conflict. So again, this body becomes important, but it's not a very global kind of body, but because it's here, you should know. So come and contact us for any of the packages. This is whatever we explaining in this video series is pack 11, where it will have all the current affairs of all the months. So you are seeing just 10 MCQs, but you are not seeing the 90 other MCQs in each PDF. So total 1200 MCQs, you will see 300 MCQs only. Okay, so we'll see to it that we come up with more videos in a faster frequency. You can enjoy this learning, and you can also contact us for 3 free tests by sending an email, 3 free. That is the code. So I'll come up with the next video soon. Thank you and have a nice day.